Hello friends, Rahul welcomes you. Today we are going to talk on topic dangerous commercial activities on mountain must be stopped, otherwise everyone will be destroyed. So let's start. Here are some key impacts. Structural weakening, excavation and blasting. The process of drilling and blasting to extract mineral can create fractures and weakening the rock structure. Tunnels and shafts. Creating tunnels and shafts for underground mining can destabilize the mountain, especially if not properly supported. Subsidence. Surface collapse. Mining can cause the surface to collapse or subside, leading to sinkholes and ground instability. Caverns. Poorly supported underground tunnels can collapse, causing damage to the overlying strata. Erosion and landslides. Soil and rock displacement. Removing vegetation and disturbing soil can increase erosion, leading to landslides. Water flow changes. Mining can alter natural water drainage pattern, contributing to increased erosion and slope instability. Seismic activity. Induced seismicity. Blasting the large-scale excavation can induce minor seismic activity, which may contribute to structural weakening. Hydrological changes. Water table alteration. Mining can lower the water table, drying out supporting rock and soil layers, which may lead to subsidence. Increased runoff. Changes in surface water flow can lead to increased runoff, further destabilizing slopes. Waste management issues. Tailing and waste rock piles. Improperly managed tailings and waste rock piles can add significant weight and pressure on the mountain slopes, potentially leading to failure and landslides. Mitigation measures. To minimize these impacts, several mitigation measures can be implemented. Engineering controls using rock bolts, retaining walls, and other structural support to stabilize tunnels and open pits. Erosion control, implementing erosion control measures such as terracing, planting vegetation, and constructing drainage systems. Regular monitoring, continuously monitoring ground movement and seismic activity to detect and address potential instability. Rehabilitation, reclaiming mined areas by backfilling, revegetating, and restoring natural drainage patterns. While mining can have impacts on strength and stability of mountains, careful planning, engineering, and environmental management can help mitigate these effects. Can it prove dangerous for people on mountain and around it? Yes, mining and other activities in and around mountains can pose significant danger to people living on the mountain and in surrounding regions. Here are some potential risks and dangers. Landslides and rock falls. Triggering landslides. Excavation, blasting, and removal of vegetation can destabilize slopes, increasing the risk of landslide. Rock falls. Blasting and other mining activities can loosen rocks, leading to rock falls that can be dangerous for workers and residents. Subsidence and sinkholes. Surface collapse. The removal of underground support can cause the surface to collapse, leading to sinkhole and ground subsidence. Damage to infrastructure. Subsidence can damage roads, buildings, and other infrastructures, posing risks to residents and disrupting daily life. Seismic activity. Induced seismicity. Blasting and large scale excavation can induce minor earthquakes, which can be dangerous to populated areas. Structural damage. Seismic activity can damage buildings, bridges, and other structures, posing risk to people. Water contamination. Pollution of water resources. Mining can contaminate local water source with heavy metal and other pollutants, posing health risks to people who rely on these sources for drinking water and irrigation. Acid mine drainage. The exposure of sulfide minerals to air and water can produce sulfuric acid, which can lead to water sources and cause long term environmental damage. Air and noise pollution. Dust and particulate matter. Mining operations generate dust and particulate matters that can affect air quality, leading to respiratory issues for nearby residents. Noise pollution. Blasting, drilling, and heavy machinery can create significant noise pollution, disrupting the lives of people living near mining sites. Health risk to workers. Occupational hazards. Miners face risk from cave-ins, equipment accidents, and exposure to harmful substances. Long-term health issues. Prolonged exposure to dust and chemicals can lead to chronic health conditions such as silicosis, lung cancer, and other respiratory diseases. Impact on local communities. Displacement. In some cases, entire communities may need to be relocated to make way for mining operation. Economic and social disruption. Mining can disrupt local economies and social structures, particularly if it leads to environmental degradation and loss of livelihoods. Mitigation measures. To address these risks, several mitigation measures can be implemented. Geotechnical engineering, ensuring proper slope stability and support for tunnels to prevent landslides and subsidence. Environmental control, implementing measures to prevent water and air pollution such as dust suppression and water treatment systems. Safety protocols, establishing strict safety protocols and providing training and protective equipment for workers. Community engagement, engaging with local communities to address their concerns and ensure that they benefit from mining activities through job creation and infrastructure development. Monitoring and regulation, continuous monitoring and environmental and seismic condition and strict adherence to regulation and best practices. While mining in mountain areas can present significant dangers, careful planning, engineering, and management can help mitigate these risks and protect both workers and local communities. How can this danger to the mountain life affect life of people in future? The danger associated with mining and other activities in mountains can have long-lasting and far-reaching effects on people's life in the future. Here are some potential impacts. Environmental degradation. Loss of biodiversity, the destruction of habitats can lead to decline in local wildlife population, disrupting ecosystem and reducing biodiversity. Deforestation. The clearing of vegetation for mining can lead to long-term deforestation, which affects climate regulations, water cycles, and soil stability. Water resources. Water contamination. Long-term contamination of water source with heavy metals, chemicals, and acid mine drainage can affect drinking water quality, agriculture, and aquatic life. Reduced water availability. Changes in water tables and the diversion of water for mining operation can reduce water availability for local communities and agriculture. Public health. Chronic health issue. Prolonged exposure to contaminated water and air can lead to chronic safety conditions such as respiratory diseases, cancer, and neurological disorders. Food safety. Contaminated water and soil can affect crop safety, leading to food contamination and associated health risks. Economic impact. Loss of livelihood. Environmental degradation and health issue can undermine local economies, particularly in communities that rely on agriculture, fishing, and tourism. Increased costs. Communities may face increased healthcare costs, reduced property values, and higher costs for clean water and food due to contamination. Social and cultural impact. Community displacement. The need to relocate due to environmental degradation or mining expansion can disrupt social network and cultural practices. Conflict and tension. Environmental and health impacts can lead to conflict between mining companies, local communities, and government. Infrastructure and safety. Infrastructure damage. Ongoing subsidence and seismic activity can damage roads, buildings, and other infrastructure, requiring costly repair and posing safety risk. Emergency response. Increased frequency of landslides, rockfalls, and other hazards can strain emergency response system and resources. Climate change, carbon emission. Mining operation and other activities contribute to carbon emissions, which can exacerbate climate change and its associated impact, such as more extreme weather events. Forest loss. Deforestation for mining reduces the capacity of forests to sequester carbon, further contributing to climate change. Mitigation and adaptation strategy. To address these potential future impacts, a combination of mitigation and adaptation strategies can be implemented. Sustainable mining practice. Adopting more sustainable and environmental friendly mining practice can reduce the long term impact on environment and public health. Rehabilitation and reforestation. Restoring mined area through reforestation and land rehabilitation can help cover ecosystem and prevent further environment degradation. Water management. Implementing comprehensive water management plans to protect water resources from contamination and ensure sustainable water use. Health monitoring and support. Providing ongoing health monitoring and support services for affected communities to address chronic health issues and improve overall well being. Economic diversification. Supporting economic diversification in mining dependent communities to reduce their vulnerability to environmental and economic shocks. Community engagement. Ensuring meaningful community engagement and participation in decision making process related to mining project to address their concerns and needs. Regulation and enforcement. Strengthening regulations and enforcement mechanisms to ensure mining companies adhere to environmental and safety standards. By proactively addressing these issues, communities and policymakers can mitigate the long term impacts of mining and other activities on mountainous areas and protect health, safety, and well being of future generations. Nature should not be used for commercial activities on large scale. People, due to their greed, are inflicting death blow to nature, and future of mankind is at danger. All commercial activities on these mountains all over India should be stopped immediately for future of our children. Greed must stop, and people should start caring for nature with zero commercial activities like mining, making tunnels, construction, and many such dangerous activities disturbing nature. Wake up, or everyone will be destroyed. This was all about our topic. Thank you.